This is my second time trying to record this because I got through the first one and it broke. I'm so upset. Sorry if I cough, I'm a little bit sick right now. Let's start this again. Okay, I'm gonna make a new project. Okay, now I'm gonna go up to a new design up here. And it's okay. Doing this again, I got a better understanding. I'm gonna go into create sketch right here. I'm gonna go to this first plane right here. And now I'm going to make a a rectangle, using this rectangle tool from the center point all the way over here. Just a general shape, doesn't matter the size. Because then I'm going to go to dimension tool up here, and I'm going to click on both sides of this, and I'm going to make this block about 10 feet wide. Now if I zoom out, I can click on this bottom line, this top line, with the dimension tool, and make that 5 feet tall. Cool. Now I got this rectangle, and it's a closed rectangle, a closed shape, because it's highlighted blue on the inside, so that's how you can tell for that. I'm going to finish the sketch now, and I'm going to go to extrude up here, this blue box, and it should already be working, but if it doesn't, click on this box, and then, we'll start showing this arrow and the stuff on the side. Click and hold down on this little blue thing. I'm going to pull this towards me. I'm going to type in -12, because positive is the other direction, negative is this direction. It's going to make it a foot deep, I guess. Cool. And now I've got this block right here. So now, you can see in the cube right here, this is the front. This is where our text is going to be from the video that you showed me. Now, we're going to go to construct up here. And construct, if you click on this little arrow down here, you can go to mid-plane. Mid-plane is going to make a plane between two planes. So if I'm going to click on this first top one up here, then go down here, click on this bottom one, it's going to make this plane right in the center. I'm going to click OK, and cool, there it is. Now, I'm going to go to create sketch. I'm going to click on this plane, and it's going to create a sketch on that plane. Now, since I'm creating a sketch, I'm going to go to a tool called Spline, which is up here. And the Spline tool, it kind of makes curvy lines. I don't use it very often, but for something like this, it's pretty cool. So I'm going to click on this very center point right here, and then I'm going to click one away from it, just to keep it okay looking. And then I'm going to click up here on this line, and I'm going to go a little bit over, and then I'm going to click over here, and then on the line again, on this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, and just keep on doing that. And I'm going to go past it, actually. I'm going to go to, like, right here. And then I'm going to click this little check mark. Cool. Now I've got this spline line. And I don't want there to be little blue lines going over the edge of this gray block. So what I'm going to do, well, first of all, I'm going to take this point right here. I'm going to click on that. And it should be working. But it's not. Okay, there we go. I'm going to get this green bar to show up, and I'm going to make this go flat. That way when I rotate this, I'm going to rotate this line basically around an axis right here. It's going to make a ripple effect, which doesn't make sense now, but you'll see why. So you want this to be flat, so this has like a smooth place in the center. You'll get it. And then this point right here, we're going to go right here, and we need this green line to be flat on this line as well. So basically, we're going to go to all these top points, and we're going to make these flat. And you can adjust these points if you want to make the wave look a little bit nicer. I'm not, because I don't need to. But just kind of make all these flat and nice. That doesn't look completely flat. I don't trust it. There we go. Click to replace. Ugh, I'm dying. Okay. Make this one flat. And then this final one. That doesn't need to be flat. We can make this vertical. Because why not? Cool. Now we have this. I'm going to go into the line tool up here. I'm going to make a line from this end point all the way over here to the center point. I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to go into the line tool again, and I'm going to go to this center point down here and make it go like arbitrarily that high. Arbitrarily? Yeah, something like that. It's a word. Now, this line is going to be my axis point, and these points, or this highlighted blue area in here, and all of these, they're going to be rotated around this point in 3D. So I'm going to finish sketch, and that always messes me up. Ah, I can't. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Well, it won't let me move it how I want it to. So we're just going to go like that. I'm going to go to the revolve tool up here. It's next to extrude. And I'm going to click, or come over here to this little box. The first step is profile. The profile are these little blue highlighted things. I want to click on all these to make sure that they're all highlighted. And then I'm going to go to axis, click select, and they're going to revolve around this axis that we made right here. Click on that, and then it should hopefully turn red and cut out these parts to make this cool wave effect. If it doesn't and it's trying to make stuff, it could be on join and it would look like that. You want to make it go to cut. So cool. Click OK. Now we got this cool wave block kind of thing, which is very neat looking. So now what we're going to do is add the text on the front. To do that, we need a plane in front. So I'm going to go to the back, and I'm going to click on this box of construct. I'm going to click on this back plane, and then I'm going to drag this out front arbitrarily. Keep on using that word. I'm going to click on this right here, the top right. Then I'm going to drag this to right about where it is. Since it's like a foot deep, I'm going to make it go 2 inches in front. So this plane is going to be 2 inches in front of the block. I'm going to click OK. And then I've got this plane now, 2 inches in front of the block. I'm going to start a sketch on this plane. So now, I'm going to, well, this is where you could put whatever text you want to be sticking out of the block. I'm just going to make an X because it's easy and I don't really have any text that I need to put on the front. Like so, just doing that fast. Cool, an X. Now that I know this is a closed shape, because it's highlighted blue, I'm going to finish sketch. I'm going to go to extrude now. I'm going to make sure that this is highlighted, it's got the little blue arrow, and I'm going to go to, over here, extent type. Let's change distance to all. And now it starts cutting through this block. I want it to join instead, so it makes object instead of cutting through it. So now, it should be stopping right up to there and doesn't go through the block. Click OK. Now I got this thing, which we're almost done. So now that I got this, I'm going to create a new sketch on this X plane. Oh my gosh. Okay. And now I'm going to go up into this corner, and right inside of the part, I'm going to make a little, what is this, rectangle? I know my shapes. Okay, I've got that. Now, I'm going to finish the sketch. I'm going to go to extrude. I'm going to click on the shape. I'm going to drag it all the way through and make sure that it's cutting. If it's joining, make sure it goes to cut. I'm going to click OK. And now I got this one little thing. And you want to do that for all of these little things, like all the way across. And to make that go simpler or faster, you can use a rectangular pattern tool, which is up here. So click on rectangular pattern. In object type, you want to make sure this is on features, not bodies. So go to features, and make sure it's on rectangle pattern too. There's also circle and pattern on path, whatever that is. So make sure it's on rectangular. Now, objects, you're going to want to go down here to this most recent extrusion that cut through, and click on that. And then the axis, you're going to want to go to this flat line on the back, because that kind of tells it the direction that you want it to go. So now, this is, this first box is kind of telling you how far you want the pattern to go. Since the block is 10 feet across, I'm going to make it go 11 feet, just because I want it to go past. Now, for instance, if your little arrow right here is pointing to the left, you'd want to make this -11 to make sure that it goes in the opposite direction. But since it's going to the right now, just make it like this. Just make sure that it's going through this block. And then this 3 kind of tells you how many cuts it's making, how many features it's making, I guess. So you got one right here, the second one right here, the third one right here. I'm going to make this 50, and it's going to yell at me real quick. Yeah, that's a lot. Visualizing that, I'm going to make this 75 instead. That is, oof, oh man, that's a lot. And it's yelling at me right now because it's so many. So hopefully this doesn't break. And I'm going to click OK. And wait for it to load and hopefully not crash, because that would be very sad. Oh, okay, it worked, cool. Now, you kinda have your part. So I mean, if you look at the front, or look at the very front, it's, you know, what it's supposed to be. Look at it from the side, it's all that kind of stuff. And now, I know if you were going to make this, you'd want to make each of these little wood things individually. I'm not exactly sure how to separate them in Fusion, but I know there is a way. But just for making this pattern and this part, this is how you would do it. So I mean, you can get past this if you want to. I could figure it out later, but this is up to the one that I know. It's kind of making the thing. I'm not very good at manufacturing. So I think that should be it. I think that looks like what you want. I mean, you might want to watch out for parts like this where it's really, you know, small right there, but you'll figure it out. Yeah, that's it. Hope you liked it.